Hello, everyone. This is Dean the Autist, and welcome to my playthrough of Chaos Head Noah. And, this is the first blind playthrough or let's play I'm going to be doing. And, I think this game is pretty interesting. Looking at it, I feel like we're going to be heading to some horror elements. So, if you are God and the delusion becomes reality, about what kind of the noids you get. Is it the sensual world? The despotic society? The destructive sanctions? Or now I'm going into this completely blind. As in, I have no idea what this game is actually about. Oh. Okay, well, this is surely a game. Uh-huh. Chaos Head, no, okay. I did not know there was an opening movie to this. Code sample. The one who reflects... Okay, I'm with you. Okay, this looks interesting. To tell you the truth, I'll probably forget all of this. That's why I'm just letting it run. Whoa. I'm sorry, did you guys get that on your end? I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, so what I'm guessing is that... Actually, I can't really... Well, I mean, this is about delusions, right? So, like... It's either like... We're focused on a delusional character, or, like... Maybe all of these characters are delusional? And I guess we're trapped in delusions. Then again, I'll actually have to play in game to check and see, but like this is what I'm guessing from the intro because you have all these characters pulling out these like spirit weapons things, made by mages. Chiomar, let's just go. Niger Plus, yeah, Cryware. I see you. I see you. Okay, let's actually start the game, please. So, start, continue, config, extra. Let's see the config. Okay, so yeah, I'll have the tips. Uh, I guess that's fine. I don't know what a delusion trigger is, but okay, resolution. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Text settings. Let's turn that to max. Yeah, don't skip on red. What the? Oh, okay. There you go. So, I mean, I don't think I'm going to be using auto mode at all, so, that's the thing. Oh, we have voices. Okay, well, since Kantawa Shoujo had me, talking about every line, so what I'm going to do for voices is, basically, I'm not going to read over them. However, I might do, two things. I might either just let the voices play and say nothing, or I could just, let the voices play and then say what they're saying in English, because I don't know if they have English voice actors. So, Oh, I could turn down each individual character. That's funny. Config. What the... Do I need to, like... Hold on. Do I need to get my controller for this? Alright, for now, I'll just, now let's go back. Okay, so. Alright. Extra, let's see. Yeah, total play time. I got... Oh, it's... Okay, so there's 9 endings. CG completion, eyes... There's all this, so... Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Continue. I have no save files, so... Let's just start, shall we? I mean, I'm like, oh, well, let's get started. Oh, wait. I keep getting distracted by things. I'm sorry. Quick saved. Wonderful. Their eyes... Fine, you want to, like...
熱くて真っ黒な雨雲を突き抜けて雨のように僕へと降り注ぐ。僕を見るな。雨の冷たさより背中を預けている瓦礫の冷たさのせいでさっきから体の震えが止まらない。ひどく寒い。突き刺さってくる誰のものかもわからない天からの視線。それから逃げるように僕はわずかに首を持ち上げて周囲を見回す。そこにあるのは崩壊した町。そこにあるのは絶望。そこにあるのは死。そこにあるのは無。誰もいない。誰も動いていない。誰も生きていない。聞こえるのはただ降り続ける雨の音だけ。このまま全てを、生きているものも死んでいるものも全てを優しく包み込んで洗い流してしまうんだろうか。
Are you going to pause at any
全
point?
部の出来事が単なる妄想だったらよかったんだけど、どうやらそうでもないらしい。体が動かない。動かせるのはかろうじて首と瞳だけ。体が震えているけど、そんなのただの生理現象でしかない。僕の意志じゃない。僕は身を震わせたいなんて思ってない。僕の自由にならないなら、こんなの僕の体じゃない。あるいは、生まれた時から僕は自由なんかじゃなかったかもしれない。心の保管してある場所なんて誰にもわからないんだ。それなのに、一体誰がこの体の中に僕の心があるって言い切れるんだ。
Pretty deep question.
でも、だったら僕はどこにいたんだろう。僕はここにいるのかな。僕はどこにもいないのかな。すべてが静止している壊れてしまった世界に、ふと死の雨以外の音が響く。無の中から浮かび上がってくるたった一つの湯。君は誰？その肌が青白く見えるのは雨の冷たさに凍えているから？それとも君がもう死んでいるから？でも、彼女は震えていなかった。そして前髪で隠れそうになっているその瞳は 見るな。ひどく悲しそうにも見える。狂気じみているようにも見える。何も映していないようにも見える。もしも世界には僕と彼女の二人だけしかいなくて、こうしてお互いだけを永遠に見つめ合っていたら、僕の世界は彼女の瞳に映るものだけになるのかな。彼女の世界は僕の瞳に映るものだけになるのかな。彼女の瞳に映るものは僕。僕の瞳に映るものは彼女。そう考えると、世界は途端に矮小化する。
ね
不意に僕の耳に届くとても綺麗なノイズ。彼女はうなだれて、両手を左右に広げる。まるであの雨雲の上へ向けて飛び立とうとするかのように。あるいはこの雨すべてを受け止めようとするかのように。
あなたを見つめ
Oh, there's a delusion.
うなだれた彼女の表情は僕の位置からも伺い知ることができない。
Okay, I was thinking that was a sword. Is that like a bow?
僕の向こうで君はどんな顔をしている？
殺してあげる。
天使、乱舞する光の羽は僕を祝福しているのか、それとも、ああ、そうか、理解したよ。それで僕を殺してくれるんだね。ゆっくりと倒れている僕の前に彼女が膝をつく。いまだに彼女はうなだれたまま。僕の頭をそっと抱えてくる。僕を見てくれないことに僕はほっとしてただ身を委ねた。耳元でささやき、綺麗なノイズ。でもよく聞こえない。暖かくて柔らかくて優しくて甘美な感触。それは麻酔のようで、不思議なことに体の震えがゆっくりと収まっていく。彼女のかすかな鼻息が僕の頬をくすぐる。とても甘い匂い。ふと胸に圧迫感を覚えた。彼女の持っていた大きな剣が僕の
Oh
胸の皮膚を
shit.
裂き、肉をえぐり、骨の間を縫い、ゆっくりと体の中に沈み込んできている。でも彼女のキスという麻酔にかけられてもう痛みを感じない。こんなにも優しく殺してくれるから、不意に切なくなって涙が溢れそうになって、それをごまかすために彼女の頭越しに雨を落とし続けている鈍色の空を見上げた。空が滲んでいるのは雨のせい、涙のせい。もうあの視線も感じない。もう何もない。薄れゆく意識の中で僕は空へと手を伸ばす。誰か教えて。僕たちのあの空はどこへ行ったんだろう。
Okay, so 5PB presents. Although I'm pretty sure there's something else now. Are they spiked tunes off now? I don't remember. Okay, so like we have another intro movie. Chaos Head, no, like all that stuff. Hmm. Oh no. So I'm guessing there's gonna be some mental body horror fuckery here. that I feel like that's gonna happen. Sorry if I'm a bit delayed. I'm hoping this isn't. Uh, I'm hoping this isn't turned into like a movie. I was hoping it was more like it would give me some time to breathe during that first part where I started the game. You know, I don't mind voices like and like hearing the voices, but I mean, I didn't really have time to like read it and then say what it said in English. So I had to devote myself to just reading it, which I mean, it's not very good for a let's player to just stay silent, I think. So prologue, finish the prologue, yay. Yeah, I missed what that was. You can't. All right. Okay. So that's how I'm gonna save here actually. So yeah. Chapter 1. Eyes in Eyes. Okay, internet escape. Rather than explore. Great. Alright. Tip list, config, help, return title. Quick save, quick load. Yeah, yeah. You can't see a gaze. It can see you, but you can't see it. It's weird. For long as I could remember, I'd often felt a gaze staring at me from somewhere. I would turn around and nobody would be there, but I'd be sure somebody was looking at me. I could feel the sensation, like something crawling on my neck. Was I just too self-conscious? Did I have some kind of phobia about being looked at? Up until elementary school, I honestly believed it was God. God is watching me, I would say. I wrote an essay about something like that. Interesting. Of course, looking back, I realize how silly it was. I was the biggest chuny dork. Alright. If I remember correctly, a chuny uh, may have been something like what was it, a chunibyo? It was basically like, quote unquote, what was it, like middle school syndrome where like you you like act out as part of your behavior in life. Although I guess looking at the tips list, let's see. Okay, new, chuni, a word used to describe the slightly strange behavior seen in adolescent Japanese boys. Also used to describe people who are no longer adolescents, but also still behave like adolescents. Well, shit, I still live in my parents' house. I guess I'm a chuny. A chuny might make antisocial or nihilistic statements, or engage in activities that may seem to blur the line between fantasy and reality, or they may act in grown up ways despite being a child. The chuny themselves may think they look very cool, but from an adult perspective, they look ridiculous. The word itself comes from the Japanese for second year of middle school, the age when this behavior is thought to be most prevalent. Okay, so that's basically just it. And wow, we have an entire thing here. Wow. Yeah. I don't know. Well, was this like interesting question, but like was that like made for like the English localization or was that there in the Japanese version? Because I mean, I could see it either way. So, yeah. Okay. Of course, looking back, I now realize how silly it was. I was the biggest chuny dork. If somebody were to ever read that essay, I'd be so embarrassed, I'd never leave my house again. I still remember the thing's title. Whose eyes are those? Oh, okay. So, this is clearly a bedroom of a nerd, but it looks like a hikikomori slash weeb slash whatever the fuck. Yeah, thank God my room doesn't look like this. I just yeah, I don't think I have any like I don't have any like anime merchandise or anything. I just have like a few hats hung up on the wall. And like I'm using a pirate flag as a curtain, but that's about like the only kid stuff I have in here. Um yeah. Anyways, anyways, the back of the chair I was resting in made a creaking sound like the voice of an old woman.
僕を見るな。
Don't look at me. I whispered those words as I looked up at the ceiling, feeling sick and annoyed. Of course, no one responded. This was my room. I lived alone. Okay, is this guy an adult? Alright. Nobody was here but me. Just for the hell of it, I turned around. Then again, it said Chuni was like adults acting more like children. So, yeah, maybe this guy actually is a hikikomori. The room was longer than it was wide, and it was a little dark. Okay, yeah, his room is fucking messy, man. Just you got chips, you got soda. Like, I must keep my anime figurines. I say that as a massive weeb myself. Well, except for the fact I don't have any like real world anime merchandise. I just I just occasionally watch anime and play anime games. I mean, I am a pretty massive weeb when it comes to that, but not much else. I'm not into the physical aspect of things. The only light in the room came from my computer's desk light. There were no windows, so of course it was dark. Since I had no way of looking outside, I had no way of knowing if it was night or day. Dude, you need to go out. You need to like open your curtains or something. You need to do something, man. This is I could already tell this is gonna be bad. Oh, I just noticed the food tray. Alright. Okay, yeah, these are a bunch of like anime characters. Are these from like real things? Like from actual like anime that exist? Because I swear I think I recognize one of them. Anyway, I turned towards a corner of the dark room and spoke to no one in particular.
僕の名前は西条匠。17歳。水明学園2年。と言っても学校にはほとんど行ってないけど。
My name is Takumi Nishijo. I'm 17 years old. I'm a second year student at Sume Academy. I barely ever go to school though. Come on, man. You should go outside. Come on, man. Come on.
まあそれでも勉強はできる方だよ。
Well, I guess I'm pretty smart at least. Are you?
定期テストはちゃんと受けてる。しかもそれなりに上位の点数を取ってるからね。
Well, I guess that counts for something. I always show up to take my tests, and I usually get above average grades.
頭はいいんだ。
Yeah, I'm pretty smart. Of course, nothing happened when I said this. Nobody appeared out of the darkness. The dark space just existed, silently, and in the dark space existed myself and whoever's watching this, I guess. But darkness stimulates the mind, makes it see delusions. Not being able to see whatever's there makes it an unknown. You know, in your head what's impossible, but somewhere inside your heart, you imagine terrible things lurking within the darkness. Geez, whenever a scary delusion pops into my head, my mind always ran away with it. I kept talking to try to shake it out of my mind.
僕は現在アウェイじゃなかった。渋谷で一人暮らしをしてる。
Right now I live alone, away from home. I mean, in Shibuya. Okay, so... How are you sporting yourself? Like, I'm genuinely interested. How is Takumi supporting himself? Let's continue.
この紅会館ビルは父さんの経営するビル会社の管理下にあるんだけど。
Oh, okay, your dad owns the building. Okay. I live on the top of the Kurenai building, which my dad's real estate company owns.
その屋上に設置されたコンテナハウスを格安で借りてるんだ。
They rent me a really cheap little house here made out of a shipping container. You know what? Fair play. You know what? If I could live in a shipping container, well, let's say for some reason my parents die or I'm like kicked out of the house for whatever reason, even though I doubt that will happen for quite a while. But you know, living in a ship container doesn't sound that bad. I mean, as long as you can make modifications and things like that, it doesn't sound that bad. Right? As long as you keep working on yourself, should be fine.
街の環境は最悪。僕が住んでる新船長は小さな坂が多いから疲れるし、すぐ近くにラブホ街もあるし。
Living in the city sucks. The part of Shibuya I live in, Shinsenko, Shinsencho, has lots of little hills that tire you out when you're walking. There are a bunch of love hotels right next to where I live too. Yeah, you're bound to meet a bunch of shady people, especially. Wait, are love hotels part of the red light district in Japan? I don't remember. I think it's probably implied prostitution. That's not very good.
ここが秋葉なら最高だったのに。
I really wish I lived in Akihabara. Yeah, like a lot of otakus, weebs do. So, personally, I never saw the interest. But then again, I'm far more connected to reality than I would say the vast majority of weebish otaku types.
ほんと渋谷ってひどい街だ。円数で言うとディーンズバレーくらいひどい。
Yeah, it's Shibuya is a total shithole. It's as bad as Dean's Valley in ESO. Elder Scrolls Online? No, this game came out before Elder Scrolls Online, but yeah. Also Dean's Valley. Turn that A into an E, then it's mine. It's my valley. Anyways. ESO was the MMORPG that I made my life's work. Okay, a massive multiplayer online RPG game like World of Warcraft, etc. There you go, massively multiplayer online role-playing game, a game which allows a large number of players to participate in a single game world via a shared server. You devoted this as your life's work. Look, I'm not one to shame anybody, since, you know, like, I'm making, like, a Let's Play channel, which is, like, one of the lowest rungs of a YouTube. But, if you have no other passions, or, like, there's no employment, you're not getting educated, like, what are you doing? It's short for Empire Sweeper Online. Okay. I spend almost all day and almost all night playing the game, passing my time in the world of Basilard. I'm wondering how he supports himself then, because is his dad paying for the shipping container? What is this? Dean's Valley is an area in ESO with a lot of really aggravating monsters in it. Yeah, if I were like to raise a bunch of monsters somewhere, I probably would make it very aggravating. They use all kinds of obnoxious status ailment attacks, but they don't even drop decent items. Anybody who grinds there is an idiot. Good players give up on it quickly and head to the next area, the Forest of Liet. And obviously, I'm a good player.
というわけでドキュンと恋愛資本主義者が集まるこんな街は即刻滅ぶべきだね。
So yeah, this area with its DQNs and love capitalists needs to be blasted off the face of the earth. Okay, a love capitalist is probably prostitutes or pimps or whatever. But I have no idea what a DQN is. I'm going to look at that. What is a DQN? I've never heard of that. DQN. Pronounced Dokyun. A thug, bully, or someone who is part of the drugs of society. Okay, that makes sense. So a degenerate, basically. All right.
でもこの部屋の住み心地はまあまあ我慢できるレベル。
This room, though, isn't so bad. Well, you're isolating yourself from everything, pretty much.
PC とネット環境は最高水準クラスが揃ってるからね。
My computer and my internet connection are both first rate.
まあ学生にしては上等の基地じゃないかな。あ、だから僕はこの部屋のことをベースって呼んでる。
For a student, I guess it's a pretty good base of operations. Oh, that's why I called this room the base. Of course, nothing in the room moved except for me. Talking to myself was starting to make me feel like an idiot, so I decided to stop introducing myself to whoever was watching me. Oh man, there's trash all over the floor.
汚い部屋だな。
This place is freaking filthy though. Dude, you caused this. What are you doing? Just pick up your trash. Honestly, you know what, I actually do get it for, like, mental conditions with, like, depression and stuff like that, but, like, I honestly can never see myself living in something like this. I hope our protagonist gets better, though. It smelled moldy. The air was so stale and damp you could feel it on your skin. The floor was piled high with empty plastic drink bottles and trays left over from convenience store lunches. The bed was stacked high with H games. I always ended up having to sleep on the sofa. Dude, what? Okay, I guess man is so devoted to his hentai that the hentai takes the bed and he has to sleep on the couch. What is this?
片付けろよな。誰だよ散らかしっぱなしにしたのは。って僕か。
Clean your room, you filthy sicko. What idiot made this mess anyway? Oh, I guess it was me. I don't think this is anything to be happy about. You have something seriously wrong with you, man. Just now, granted, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's the pot calling the kettle black, but I mean, considering I have played multiple H games, and you know, I am a weeb, but like, is this guy just like the stereotype of you know, a, how do I say this? Someone with like no life, like no job prospects, no education, just sitting in his room all day doing nothing. Is that what this is like building up to? Like, in a way, I guess this is the complete opposite of his hour. My creepy laugh kind of annoyed me, so I kicked the plastic bottle at my feet. Okay, is that pink-haired girl in the middle there? Is that like, what was it? Was it like, I think it was, what was the name? Lulu, Deviluk. It was like from To Love Ru, I think. I don't know. I don't know if these are real characters. They may not be. It flew almost high enough to hit my figure shelf. I screamed and leaned forward, using my own body to block it. I've got almost 100 wives, big sisters, and daughters, and I can't let them get hurt. Dude, what? Okay. Look, I'm all for having fantasies, right? And like I'm all for having sexual fantasies, and you know, I I am I am someone that you wouldn't call a prude. In fact, I understand it. I understand having waifus and stuff, but like, dude, I think you might have a problem. You have multiple fucking problems. What is this? They keep me going, so they're very important to me. I cleaned and organized the shelf once a week. It was the only cleaning I did. This game already feels torturous. Every day, I tried to find new angles and positions to make them look cuter. I didn't want my beloved daughters and sisters getting dusty, so I always made sure to clean them. Look, I could see wives, right? But daughters and sisters? Are you crazy? What? You degenerate. I breathed a sigh of relief and tossed the bottle into a corner, then faced back toward my PC. The PC sat in the far corner of my room. Next to the monitor was a figure from my favorite anime, BT, or Blood Tune the animation. Sierra 10, 1/8 scale pre-awakening version. Alright, let's look at the tips list. Sierra Orgel, the main character in the fictional anime, Blood Tune. Her catchphrase is dork, a very typical childhood friend tsundere type. I don't like you or anything, Baka, has a mysterious familiar called something. 17 years old, a second year student at Risue Academy. She can use star power to transform into a magical girl. As a magical girl, she has a magic baton she calls the Samurai Star Condenser. This weapon is more aptly described as a massive metal club than a baton, and at times, she'll use it for physical attacks, i.e., smacking people with it. Bloodtoon was originally a manga and would later go on to be adapted to other media. The series consists of 26 episodes and is currently still airing. She smiled at me while posing cutely. You know, I could never imagine getting an anime figure. And I don't know. I don't have any like other toys or action figures in my room. I'm like my room is pretty bare. But like even if I had that much like disposable income, I don't think I'd use it on this. What is he doing? Like here's the thing. I'm not like immune from criticism or like being a gooner. Here's the thing. I played many hentai games. Uh for example, I've been playing Azure Lane, right? Right. I have right. I would be right. I am the type of person that shouldn't be criticizing Takumi, but at the same time, right? I still have a life outside of fantasy, right? Because I have a job. I have things that I'm doing, like working out, doing all this stuff. Takumi is just you're putting in your entire life into fantasy. I don't know, like I just started the game. Maybe he becomes a better character later, or like this protagonist is pretty fucking terrible, honestly. Oh boy, oh boy. So yeah. All right, let's go. She smiled at me while posing cutely.
セーラーかわいいよセーラー
Oh, it's Sarah, not Sierra. Okay. Sarah. I whispered as Saratan and I stared in each other's eyes for a minute. Then I gulped down the bottle of soda next to the computer. You know, it'd be one thing if his waifu, Saratan, uh, helped him. Like, I'm gonna work out for Saratan. I want to be able to hold her. Right, right. Because I've met people that have waifus that are like that like train and like improve themselves for their waifu. Right? I've met people that use fantasy as motivation to improve themselves. And because I am one of those people. Uh, there was this YouTuber named Jaxblade where he wanted to be like Goku from Dragon Ball and like all these other strong anime guys. And guess what? He has a YouTube channel about him training himself, about him getting stronger because he didn't want to basically lose again. And he wanted to be stronger like Goku and all these other characters. And that's an example of using fantasy to improve yourself. Right? If you were like if you put yourself into fantasy as escapism, right? Um, like this is how you do it wrong, right? Like you use fantasy and escapism as motivation to do stuff in the real world because this is just oh god, and I think I know why I'm so bothered by this because there was a timeline where I could have easily become this guy. Oh lord. Yep. Then I gulped down the bottle of soda next to the computer. Eh, it was lukewarm, but that didn't bother me.
さてと、演すらないと。
Now then, time for some ESO. I sank down into the chair and put my hands onto the keyboard. Just the act of sitting at the computer was enough to calm me. My ESO, Nightheart, was a paladin, already on his second reincarnation. Alright, well, a paladin is like a holy knight, and, you ever play D&D, you ever play, like, a bunch of RPGs have paladins. Basically, paladins are like, oh yeah, sword board, sometimes healing or holy magic. I don't know. How many paladins actually have healing magic now that I think about it? Anyways, let's see what it says. A holy knight, one of the classes that a player can choose in ESO, Empire Sweeper Online. The class is high defense, resistance to dark elemental attacks, and can use healing magic despite being a melee class. However, changing to this class requires meeting a specific set of difficult conditions. It is widely regarded as the strongest class in the game as of the current ESO patch. Okay. He was level 50, the max of course. He also was the highest ranked player on any active server. Okay. Almost every player knew the name Lightning Fast Nightheart. They all treated me like a god. So a group of losers treating an even bigger loser as a god. You know, for some reason, I am reminded of the incel community. And rare weapons, rare armor, rare magic. I had it all. I had 95% of all rare items in the game. Not as many as I wanted, honestly. I had more money points than I could ever use in my lifetime. RMT, or real money trading, was how I made money to use in the real world. I had enough to survive for 6 months without having to get a part-time job. At least that works. RMT, short for real money trading. The act of trading in-game items or currency for real money. Oh, so you're the one destroying every online space. Wonderful. Such as an MMORPG, only possible in a game where a system exists for players to exchange items. RMT can be rife with fraud and other issues, and the practice has a mixed reputation. So, like, I'm guessing the guys in, like, TF2 and Counter-Strike, motherfucker. I was a master of the chat tool. I used it for almost all of my communication. I've even saved a life on @chan, a huge message board, once, and I was always there whenever a festival was going on. Oh, right. I had way more than 100 friends on Free Para. That's a social network. Free Para. So, SNS. Social networking service. A community-oriented website, sometimes requiring registration or an invitation from another user. Contains functions which make it easier to talk to others online. I think we all know what that is. Respect, trust. It was all right here. Yeah, but like, you're not going outside though. I didn't go to school. It wasn't that I didn't want to go, it's just there was no point. I did all my studying on the internet, and obviously you can do that at home. Of course, you need to attend a certain number of classes to graduate, so I went just enough to get the bare minimum passing grade. That was the smartest way for a student to live. Yeah, but like, you should be going out and like trying to socialize and do something else, man. Just what are you doing to yourself? My parents were pretty obnoxious about this stuff. So I made myself a schedule for when I'd go to school. Okay, so actually, I'm not reading all of this. According to the sheet, go all I had to do was go to school 2.5 times a week. The people who went every day call me a creepy otaku, but if you asked me, I tell you they were all morons for going just because someone told them they should. Well, one, you are acting like a creepy otaku. Second, you should be going to school anyway. Socialization is good for you. You are not biologically designed to sit in a room your entire life. Oh my god. Anyway, my life's not here's not that bad. Oh crap, I got distracted by the gaze. I forgot I was talking to Grim. What's wrong? You're not responding. Did you fall asleep? Hey, Nightheart. Uh-huh. Also, I'm pretty sure we got a new tip. What is this? Falling asleep online. So, like going AFK? It's common for heavy internet users to fall asleep right in front of their keyboard and stop responding to messages. Okay, then. Actually, how old is this game? That might, like, fill in some blanks, actually. Grim was the screen name of a guy I always partied up with in ESO. Screen name. A name used by someone when they're online. Wonderful. I never met him in real life, but we talked all the time online. He brought me a lot of valuable information. He was like my own personal informant, you could say. I sat down and began to type at the keyboard. New tips, lol. Laugh out loud. Okay, well, I guess I'll look at this. Short for laughing out loud. A common phrase used online to indicate you will find something funny. That or like keck. I had to. Sorry, I didn't fall asleep, but I kind of spaced out, lol. You must be really tired. You not sleeping enough? Doing hentai stuff with your GF, lol? All day, all night? Brother. I'm not into 3D girls, lol. Alright. I'm gonna sound controversial, but I'm not into real women either. uh you know. Grim and I would talk about all kinds of things, since I couldn't see his face. It was easy to tell him anything. Of course, in the real world, that's not how it would go. Yeah, you can't really. So you're a 2D man then? H games? Yeah, I'm a. I prefer 2D rather than 3D, and yeah, I just find that how do I say this? I am too emotionally dysfunctional to have a real relationship, for one. Two, um, I don't think I'm really here's the thing, even if I was attracted to real women, um, I'm still not ready for a relationship. And, you know, I've been like this since my teens. So, you know, I definitely understand not being into 3D. You're really in a hentai mood tonight, huh? You just always have really perverted delusions, though, right? You always used to talk about them. You really were into them. Something about doing naughty things with a girl in a school swimsuit. Was I? I don't really remember. Anyway, if that's what you want to talk about, let's discuss something near to my heart. You're so cute, Sarah. Sarah, you're so cute. I'll give you your rest, Sarah. You're cute. School swim. What the fuck is this? School swimsuit plus glasses. Yes and no. What is going on here? What? Yes or no? What? Okay, I'm going to save here. Um, you know what? This is the first choice, so I'm gonna save over this one. Yeah, save that over that. Yep. Can I only have 8 files? Huh. Okay. Well, okay. I mean, I don't think it really matters, but if it does, I mean, what on earth is this game? I mean, I was promised something like Steins Gate. What the fuck is happening? Anyways, yes. Okay. Anyway, if that's really what you want to talk about, let's discuss something near to my heart. School swimsuit plus glasses is the default combination. A real school swimsuit has a girl's name written on the chest. Okay. You know, no, I'm not saving it. I'm not saving it. I'm just gonna say yes again. Yes. The spot for the name on the chest is what makes it a school swimsuit. This is important, and don't forget it. It'll be on the test. I feel kind of disgusted, honestly. Like, there's no just thing as a white school swimsuit. School swimsuits have to be dark blue. What is going on? Yes. And a school swimsuit has to be dark blue. Nothing else is acceptable. Lol, come on, man. You like glasses, girls? Okay, I have to see the tips list. What is this? Oh boy. Type. A person's preference or proclivity, used primarily to refer to the type of romantic partner they prefer. A fetish they find compelling. I wouldn't call it a fetish, but okay. If you find girls with glasses attractive, you may be the glasses type. Or if you prefer clumsy klutzes, you may be the klutzy girl type. The word type can be used to describe someone who fits this profile as well, so a girl with glasses can be a glasses type too. An older girl with a calm personality can be an easygoing older girl type, and a girl who appears young may be a lolly type. Okay, well, school and swimsuit. Swimsuits worn by school children, particularly those during PE class during elementary school through high school. In otaku culture, this term is almost exclusively used to refer to the swimsuits worn by girls. These swimsuits come in a variety of types and colors. However, there is a great deal of debate about whether competition swimsuits can be categorized as school swimsuits, and the matter remains unsettled to this day. look, I get fetishes and sexual fantasies, but I find it baffling for it to be in this game. What is going on? A word meaning standard. In computer lingo, it refers to the initial settings of a program. From there, it came to mean normal or obvious in mid 2000s Japanese net parlance. Swimsuit plus glasses. That's the thing. Oh my god. Normally, you take your glasses off if you're going swimming, right? And yet the girl doesn't. That's what really gets delusions going. A complete and utter perv. That's our Nightheart. We fear him, but we love him, lol. Oh, libido. According to Freud, the power that causes sexual urges. According to Jung, the energy that powers all our instincts. What on earth? No, I'm not saying like that to the. You know what? Let's continue. Let's continue, shall we? Calm down, man. Oh, brother, this guy. I mean, maybe I did get a little excited. What is wrong? What are you doing, man? I try to be cool, silent type. Cool, lol. Look, I think everyone has their, like, sexual fantasies or whatever, but, I don't think you should be talking about them. Uh, you know, especially to random people. Like, I could tell you guys all of my sexual fantasies, but then I'd get nuked off the platform for good reason. But anyways, don't laugh. Anyway, what were you talking about before I fell asleep? I mean, sure, it was ESO stuff. You forgot? Come on, man. We're talking about the murders in the 3D world. The murders in the 3D world? The Mario 3D world? What was he talking about? Shogun entered the room. Current members, 3. Hello, Shogun. Sip. I said, but Shogun didn't reply. Was that asshole ignoring me? I was trying to be friendly here. Didn't he know who I was? I was lightning fast Nightheart, damn it. Look. You are just a random guy that got so good at some random video game, and no one even knows who you really are. Yeah. I'm guessing Takumi has the Reddit mod slash Discord mod power fantasy problem that they have. If that makes any sense. This is supposed to be a no lurker channel anyway. Yeah, lurker being like, I'm not gonna talk, I'm just gonna watch what happens and read whatever. So, someone who simply reads a chat channel or a message board without actually participating. Yep. Well, whatever, I decided to ignore him. That's a nice thing about the internet. You don't have to care about other people unless you want to. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to type. So, what were we talking about, Grim? The murders. I don't care about anything 3D. It's probably something stupid anyway, right? Yeah, I guess, but pretty shocking still. Shocking. Some kind of grisly serial killings or something. A lot of bad stuff have been happening recently. I mean, lately. Oh, yeah, and it's more Guro pictures. Oh, right, you can't handle Guro, right? Lol. I mean, I can handle it. No, I actually didn't want to see any of that stuff. Yeah, Guro, I think, is gore, if I'm not mistaken. Is it in the tips list? No, it's not. Actually, that would have been perfect for the tips list. What are you doing? No, I actually didn't want to see any of that stuff. But there were a lot of fakes and altered images going around lately, and trolls love to set all kinds of traps. You ended up seeing a lot of the stuff whether you wanted to or not.
まあ少しは目が慣れてきちゃってるのかも。
Well, I guess I'm starting to get used to it. And to think you're the strongest paladin and Basilard. I don't PK though. PK meant player killing. It's when you attack a stranger and steal their equipment or money points. Only Dekyons. If I can't pronounce it, I'm gonna say degenerate. Dokyuns. Dokyuns. Okay. Only Dokyuns did that. Dokyuns are thugs and losers, the lowest form of life. Chew. Okay. Tips list. Let's look at Chew. Someone who acts or talks like a child. The Chew comes the word Chicago. Chicago. Or middle school. Okay then. I know Chew. I don't do things that would make other people upset. I'd never violate ESO's rules. This is my fantasy world. It's my policy. I did a shit ton of RMT though. Yeah, you're the hero we all love and adore, lol. Mochitsuke, new generation. You know about it, right? Question marks. New generation? What the hell was that? It wasn't something I already knew about, right? Grim seemed to act like I was supposed to know it. Oh, yeah. What's new gen? The new generation madness. They call it new gen online for short. It's the weird serial numbers going on in Shibuya right now. It's happening right near your house, lol. Alright, it was coming back to me. But I only knew the basic outline. I hadn't really looked into it. Delude. Delude. Delusional. I searched for new gen and got hit immediately. Yeah. So, like, legally extinct. I mean, not extinct, distinct Google. Let me see. So, yeah. The madness created by the new generation of youth.
この1ヶ月の間に渋谷で発生した2つの事件のことをニュージェネと呼ぶ。
The two incidents that have taken place in Shibuya over the past month are referred to as new gen.
その犠牲者は胎児を含めて7人。
There are 7 victims in total, including an unborn baby.
1つ目の事件は友人同士5人による高層ビルからの集団ダイブ。
The first was a group of 5 friends who jumped off a skyscraper together. Jeez.
2つ目の事件では男性の体内から胎児が出てきた。
The second was an unborn baby found in a man's stomach. That brings a bunch of horrible implications, like... Okay, so first off, you need to find a way to get the unborn baby. Second, you need to either eat the unborn baby or somehow get it in your stomach another way. Which is incredibly disgusting.
これマジかよ。
Wait, seriously? Yeah, Takumi, yeah. That was your name, right, Takumi? I felt a cold chill run down my spine. I found myself turning around again and glancing around the dark room. Taboo, news that had a lot of old articles about New Gen, so I quickly skimmed them. Supposedly, the whole internet was talking about it, calling it the New Generation Madness. There were 2 incidents. One was a murder case that was so brutal that some TV stations weren't even willing to have their anchors describe it. And the first one, the group dive off a skyscraper. There were rumors that it might have been a murder too. The parents and friends of the deceased all said they weren't the type to commit suicide. There was no sign of a motive, and from a lot of other pieces of circumstantial evidence, it was supposedly impossible to believe they were about to kill themselves. Okay, this is really interesting so far. I took a quick look, well, starting to shake and shiver. Not really, don't care. There's a URL. Look at this, lol. What is it? A picture of the corpse.
グリムのやつ僕をバカにして楽しんでるな。
Grimm's enjoying making fun of me, huh? He did this stuff sometimes. But if I let him get me, I'd lose my reputation as Nightheart. No matter what I was in the real world, in ESO I was a god. The strongest. I knew everything. I was stronger than everybody. I was a knight fighting for justice. Nobody was gonna make fun of me. Okay, buddy. I worked up my courage and clicked on the URL. What the hell was this picture? Okay, you got ya. Oh, yeah, the green square, yeah. Lol, you got me, lol. Who drew this, lol? Okay, I don't know what that is. An emoji that depicts a person waving their hand. It can be used to say bye, but also raise your hand in agreement. Most people pronounce it as noshi, after the reading of the Japanese letters used. Alright, what is mochitsuke? A mid-2000s internet phrase meaning cool it, from the Japanese ochitsuke, meaning calm down, shake and shiver. A phrase used by 2000s era Japanese otaku when feeling particularly terrified. Huh. I whipped it up in 2 minutes just now. You're our generation's Picasso, lol. Anyway, that was fun, but I'm gonna sleep. Night. See you tomorrow in Basaland. Grim left the group. Left the room. Current members, 2. Alright, that Shogun guy was still here. I'd totally forgotten about him. Not that he mattered. Also, did we get a new tip? Okay, Japanese first-person pronouns. The Japanese language includes a shocking number of first-person pronouns, more than any other language in the world. The pronoun you use depends on your gender, age, personality, relationship to the speaker, and surrounding social context. Mid-2000s Japanese internet culture had its own special pronoun, more, pronounced more, like the eel, and written with the kanji for leaking, which Takumi and Grimm would often use in online chats. Unfortunately, trying to replicate this in English results in a script that's frustrating nigh unreadable, so it has been deliberately left out. Good to know. Yeah. I wasn't feeling that tired, so I decided to do some grinding in ESO. Oh wait, today was the day Bloodtoon aired. I didn't have a TV in my room. All I needed was a PC. Yeah, pirate that shit. Yar har.
15分ぐらいか。その前にトイレでも行っておこうかな。
Yar har fiddly dee. Do what you want because a pirate is free. Wait. Takumi, please don't tell me you have, like, piss and shit bottles in your room. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Just 15 more minutes till it starts, huh? I guess I'll go to the bathroom first. I looked at the figure of Sierra Tan next to my monitor and grinned. I was going to get to see her today. I couldn't wait. So is it like this... Oh no, I might have missed it, but like, was it like the second season? What? Alright. Just as I went to close the chat window, though.
あれ?
Okay. Shogun had typed something.
なんだよこいつ急に。
Well, why is he talking all of a sudden? I thought he was a lurker chew. From the file type, it looked like a link to an image, but... Someone I didn't know and someone who never even talked to me was suddenly sending me a link. I gulped without even realizing I'd done so. Okay, first off, do not open that image. Right? That could be a virus. That could be illegal content. That could be a number of things. Do not open that. Do not open that shit. Do not. Don't do it, Nakumi. I don't know why, but I felt a terrible premonition. One I never felt with any interaction online before. Of course, I didn't want to click it. Then don't click it. I glanced over at the clock. There were only 12 minutes left until my date with Sierra Tan. I needed to wrap this up fast. Kome's Trap. What is this? Kome's Trap. Slang used in the 2000s era Japanese otaku to refer to any type of clever trap. Kome is the Japanese name of Chinese strategist Zhu Lang, who is known for his brilliant stratagems. The term is often seen in hacked video games, particularly ones of extreme difficulty. Okay. Huh? The heck kind of Kome's Trap is this, lol? The world changes if you click it. Yeah, don't fall for that shit. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Lol, what? I tried to act as if he wasn't scaring me. Honestly, I didn't even want to talk to this guy. He was making me nervous. I could feel myself sweating. Was this Shogun guy even Japanese? If he wasn't, there'd be no way I could talk to him. Sorry for scaring you. Huh? He was talking normally. I felt a little relieved. Nah, it's cool, man. Why were you lurking? Did anybody tell you to lurk for 6 months before you could type? I was thinking. Yeah. I also received that. Lurk for 2 more years. Lurk for 10,000 years before you can talk to us again. You clearly do not know the board culture. Where are you from? For some reason, there was a strange pause. Shibuya. The articles I just read about the new generation incidents came racing back into my mind. Just envisioning them in my mind was bad enough. If I'd seen them in reality, I don't think I could have handled it. A man's stomach ripped open, the body of an unborn baby stuffed inside. Okay, that's even more graphic. What the fuck? And when those 5 friends jumped off a building, they were probably just chunks of meat after they landed. Just imagining it made me want to vomit. I quickly shook my head to get the images out of my mind. The Shogun guy was just so shady. It was making me delusional when I didn't need to be. I wish he would just go away. Oh, let's continue typing. I'm from Shibuya too. Oh yeah, that's high five, isn't it? High five. High five. A lot of weird stuff's been happening lately, huh? It's not over. Shibuya. Scared face. Shake and shiver. Fun. 10x inch over. Okay, I'm not sure how to read that. I'm not very good at math. What the heck? Was this Shogun guy just crazy? I'm really smart and I'd never seen that formula before. I decided to run a search for it. At times like these, it was great to have access to an internet connection.
あれヒットしないな。
Huh? I'm not getting any hits. Was this guy just trying to pretend to be smart and writing out some nonsense formula? It didn't make any sense. This formula has murdered the possibilities of the world. What? I mean, this guy could be crazy, but I don't think that would be a very satisfying answer. Anyways, I have no idea what that means. Anyway, what was that link? How am I supposed to click on it, lol? I thought you might be interested. Oh. That's a lot of images, man. That's a lot of images. A lot of JPEGs. You're flooding the entire chat room. What the? He typed in several URLs at blinding speed. Well, he probably had them on like a doc or a notepad or something, and just like copied and pasted them. That's what I'm thinking. What was this guy's deal? He was just entertaining himself by trying to scare me. He was a buddy of Grimm's, and they were having fun with me. Someone outside. I felt the gaze again and looked around the room. But of course there was nothing there but a filthy dark room, the same as always. I felt a strange sense of terror, feeling like you were constantly being kept watched. You were being watched kept you from ever truly relaxing. Don't look at me. When I said the words, I can tell my voice was shaking. My old filthy room felt like something completely different now. They say that sometimes after you watch a horror movie or TV show, or hear a friend tell you a scary story, even a place you know well, like your own house, will start to seem strange and terrifying, and you'll be too scared to even go to the bathroom alone at night. Mm-hmm. Right now, I was experiencing something just like that. I'm not letting you trick me. Shaking, I leaned forward toward the monitor, and I suddenly felt my right hand index finger tense up as I clicked one of Shogun's links. Okay, do you have like a virus stopper, or like, like, what was it? Not a firewall. I don't think they had Windows Defender back then. Is this even Windows? Hey, no! Oh. Oh no. To be honest, I had no idea why I'd done that. It wasn't like my hand moved on its own or anything like that. It was as if I'd done it without thinking. That was the only way I could describe it. I felt like exactly the wrong thing to do, but I still found myself clicking it, as if the motion was completely natural. What the hell is this? I found myself staring at what seemed to be some kind of strange work of art. Something that looked like a porcupine or a pincushion, nailed to the wall in the shape of a cross, and beneath the porcupine or pincushion or whatever the hell it was, there was a pool of something red and black. There was also all these little piles of something that kind of looked like garbage. What the hell was this? The world of some self-proclaimed avant-garde artist? You know, one of those guys who'd make something so disgusting than say, with a completely straight face, I wanted to give expression to the chaos of this world. I'm not interested in that modern art crap, guys. It was strange, though. It wasn't really a Guro image. It looked Guro-ish, but that was as far as it went. So why did it feel so real? Why did it feel like I was right there watching it happen? Maybe it was real. Could a hallucination make you smell blood so intensely you wanted to throw up? Could a hallucination smell so strong you wanted to vomit? Actually, yes. I started to feel a pain in my temples. The urge to vomit wouldn't go away. I tried to grab the mouse, but my hands were shaking too badly. My hand slipped off the desk and ended up grabbing the thing's cord instead. I moved it up the cord and put it back on top of the mousepad, and then closed the image. As I breathed a sigh of relief, I saw. Whose eyes are those? Oh, okay. I glared at the minimum necessary school schedule I'd created. I'd never gotten to see Bloodtoon in real time last night. Of course, I saw it when it was upped to MewTube, so it didn't matter. Alright, up. Short for upload. Yeah, okay. but I still didn't feel any better. The last thing Shogun had said before he left is that it's like he knew how scared I was of God's gaze. It couldn't possibly be a coincidence. I tried to think of how he might know. Had my personal info leaked? Or was this somebody from ESO who was out to get me? A godlike player like me had lots of friends, but also lots of enemies. Well, like most of those enemies were just haters, though. You know, guys who were just jealous of Nightheart's strength and charisma. They were probably just asking you to stop being a fucking dork. Like, please, I'm trying to play with my friends. What are you doing here? It was best to just ignore them, I'd always found. No, that wasn't what was important now. Even after I logged into ESO, I couldn't stop wondering who he was to the point where I couldn't even concentrate on my grinding. And to make matters worse, today was
最悪の日だ。
the worst day possible. Alright, well, I don't know if I should keep going, because it's very interesting. I feel like taking a break, though. I don't know. Honestly, this feels like a good place to save. Actually, quick save. Quick saved. Alright. Return to title. Yes. Okay. Yep. Either start, continue. Okay. Alright. From a quick load or a load. Okay, so a quick load is, I'm guessing, a one-time save. So, the load is just something else extra. Okay. So. Well, it's been Dean the Autist, and this is looking to be a very interesting game so far. You know what? I'm going to be taking a break for a while, and I'll record this some more later. So, have a nice day. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.